Welcome to Laguna Seca. In this week's GT3 race, I've chosen to go for the Porsche 911 to see how well this thing performs. It does seem to be quite a popular car, and actually I'm quite surprised at how good the engine sounds, and actually how high it revs, up to 9,000 RPM, and you can get into just about 9,500 in the red band, and it screams all the way up there, and it just loves to be thrashed. Braking down into this corner now, trying not to get drawn into any conflict. Managed to gain a few places. We're up to position 6 by turn 1. Trying to stay away from Lamborghinis because they can be a little bit funky, but I also want to get past this Lamborghini up in front and try and catch up to the Lambo just in front of that. Beautiful move made right there. We're going to look out for a 200-meter board on the right hand side, braking it down to second gear, turning in and accelerating out the other side. Thankfully the Lambo behind did back out a little bit, so now I've got a straight run to catch up to the cars up in front. As we go through the curve here, up the hill we go. Just before we get to the brow of the hill, going to be braking hard and then braking a little bit more down to second gear, coming a little bit squirrely. I do have a bit more brake bias set to the rear of the car because I did find when it was on 50% halfway that I was locking up the front a lot because obviously there's no weight on the front really, so I decided to pull the brake bias to the back a little bit, which has caused it to be a little bit squirrely, but it is manageable, and actually it does sometimes at the right times help you corner as well. Coming down here now, start of lap 2, we are really doing quite well. We want to get rid of a Lambo behind. There's a Ferrari going quite wide through there. We have a Porsche, a Lambo and a Ferrari up in front. ACR mugshot up in front is long gone. 4.6 seconds ahead already. I've chosen to go for the medium tyre strategy. I do believe the medium tyres will last about halfway through the race, and then we have to pit again because it is 4 times tyre wear. As I go up the inside of the Porsche to my right hand side, braking again down the second gear, locking up the front inside wheel, getting squeezed a little bit too much by that Porsche. I had nowhere to go, so contact was made and accelerating out of the corner. Just a touch of the brakes here, going a little bit faster through there, but preservation, it does work out in your favour sometimes. Braking at the top of the hill, down the second gear, turning in. The Lambo did make a move from the Ferrari. The Ferrari is trying to claw their way back and gain that position back. I'm just going to sit back and let them to battle it out a little bit. I don't want to get drawn into the conflict, while also, if there is any conflict that does happen, I want to be there and close enough that I can capitalise upon that and sneak my way through. Braking down the second gear here and coming out the corner, accelerating out the other side, and getting ready to start lap 3. You see ACR mugshot is long gone, 7.3 seconds ahead now. Not too sure what car they are in, but they are certainly long gone. I was getting a bit nervous then. That Porsche doesn't look like it wanted to slow down in the rearview mirror, but they managed to, and thankfully we came out the other side alive. Coming around here now, looking at a second gear, accelerating out of the corner. As soon as you hit the sausage on the right side, start accelerating out. 100-meter board, just to let off the throttle, tap of the brakes, hit the sausage on the right hand side, I started accelerating out the corner. I did notice the characteristic with this car is when you put onto the power, you really get stunned by the amount of understeer it likes to throw at you. So getting used to this car. This is my first time driving this car, and I did have a tune made for it. So yeah, I am like an Eskimo with a knowledge of how to make sandcastles when I'm driving this car. And yeah, well, you live and learn, and you only live once, so might as well just absolutely go for it and see what you can do. You can only crash a lot of times. Anyway, coming around here now in third gear, accelerating out of the corner and down the hill we go. The 2 cars in front are eking away from me a little bit, and I want to try and get away from the cars behind as the Ferrari does go sandcastle building. Braking down in second gear here, turning in through the curb and accelerating out the other side. That Lambo does have a great pull out of the corner on it. Talking about great pulls, I was quite surprised at how well this car drove, because I have heard it is a great car to drive, but it is a bit of a handful, and I found it to be, as you can see now, tail happy, but it was like, what's the best way to explain it? It was a controlled tail happiness, and it just wanted to encourage you to have that back end step out, glide it around that corner, accelerating out the other side, not that when the tail kicks out, it's like, ha, tricked you, and you're in a wall. So I was really impressed with this car and actually how well it drove, but we're breaking down, could have gone through this section a little bit faster, and accelerating out the other side, and up the hill we go. Looking out for a 200-meter board on the right side, touching the brakes into third gear. You want to do about 90-95-ish, if you're pushing it close to 100, do that section there. I think it was a little bit slow through that part. Braking at the top of the hill, down in second gear, getting a bit squirrely again. But out the other side we go. The Porsche, I could have probably done with raising the ride height just a notch or two, because it was a bit dicey through the corkscrew. It did bottom out in places if you got it just about wrong. So it might be worth noting, if you do use this car at Laguna, just knock the suspension up 1 or 2 notches, give yourself a little bit of breathing space. Coming out the other side, a Ferrari has managed to overtake the Lambo again, which is great news. They are battling, and it is a great battle to watch at the moment. Obviously, ACR mugshot is long gone, 12 seconds ahead now, and thankfully, the car behind me is 2 seconds away. Coming through here a little bit wide at the moment, and accelerating out the other side. Want to get on the left-hand side here, braking out the 100-meter board, down in second gear, coasting it through this section here, and accelerating out the other side. Looking out for the 100-meter board again on the left-hand side, touching the brakes, hit the sausage, and accelerate out the other side. Ferrari has gone sandcastle building, as they were too wide coming out that exit up in front. And yep, someone had to lose there. Thankfully, that is another position gained, and we are now on the podium, which is great news. Talking about tyres though, I don't think hard tyres will last the full extent of the race, so choice of going mediums I think might be a very good strategy. I have a feeling ACR mugshot is not on the mediums, I think they're on the softs. And I don't know if that's any quicker, but you're going to have to pit more. Unless they go soft in the first stint and then for the second stint they go on hards. I'm not too sure, because they do have quite a substantial lead at the moment. But anyway, I've gone for the middle ground and the medium tyres, breaking at 200-meter board, turning in, and over the curb we go, accelerating out the other side. Now, really, I've just got to try and have the battle with Watson up in front, catch up to them, and try and make a move, and pretty much gain position 2 and hold on to it. But that is all in the next, 14 laps? We have plenty of time to do this. Long as I don't go too slow and them get away, I need to keep behind them, keep the pressure on, persuade a mistake. That'd be quite handy. What do you guys think about the Porsche? Let me know down in the comments below. Do you think it's a great car to drive? Or do you think it's a handful? Or do you think it's a meta or not a meta car? I'm not too sure. I'm not massively knowledgeable on the GT3s. I have heard the term meta used for this car, but then again, I've also beaten this car in the Aston Martin. It depends on, obviously, the situation, driver, and whatever. But I'm actually surprisingly comfortable. Hey, that's what we need right there. The ghost system has alienated Watson. That is now behind me, and I can brake it down the second gear, and then through the corkscrew we go. But yeah, no, I heard the term meta used on this car a few times, and I'm actually surprised at how well it drives. It reminds me of straighten up, behave yourself. Thank you. It does get a bit floppy sometimes, where it decides to not want to straighten out and overexcite itself. Yeah, I don't know, it reminds me a little bit like the touring car Audi, to be fair. It's good at everything. It seems to be like that car. And it's got the soundtrack to go with it. Braking just as the cones start on your right hand side, down second gear, turning in. Do you see Watson breathing on me at the moment? I think they're going to get a better run out of the corner than I did. I put on the power a little bit too early and went a bit wide. So I'm going to back off a little bit now and then try and catch up to the car in front. I don't actually think, what I was saying a minute ago, that is a good comparison, that the Porsche is like the touring car Audi. But if you understand what I mean, it is really good to drive. And you might be different controller. I'm on a wheel at the moment, so your mileage might vary. But yeah, let me know what you think down in the comments below. Coming up the hill, braking at the 200-meter board, down to about 90 miles per hour. See what me tail out happiness. Our tyres are starting to wear though. I could have definitely gone through that section a little bit quicker. Braking at the top of the hill, down the second gear, going through the corkscrew we go, and they've ghosted again. I think the ghosting kicks in quite prematurely if they've gone off track, so to probably create a better rejoin. And I kind of like that idea, and I think the blinking needs to be a little bit longer for when they're coming out of ghost. And the blinking actually should go quicker as the timer is coming down of them coming out of ghost. So if you come around the corner and they're slowly blinking, you have an understanding roughly how many blinks you've got left, if you get what I mean. Also, if you like that idea, hit that like button. That would be massively helpful. Braking down the second gear now, coming around this corner. I like to take this corner very tight and accelerate early and out the other side. Not too short for the fastest line, but again, it's quite nice going through nice and tight. Coming around here now, going a bit slow. Back end was not behaving itself. Touching the brakes here, rub that sausage on the right, start accelerating out the other side. Coming down here now, I want to keep it to the right hand side of the track. Look out for a 200-meter board. Touching the brakes down the second gear, turning in and accelerating out the other side. You're looking at about 75 miles per hour through that corner there, and up the hill we go. Looking for the 200-meter board, touching the brakes down the third, through here. There we go. That is much better. And accelerating up the hill we go. Again, a few miles per hour faster would have been beneficial. Top of the hill, braking down second gear, trying to contain the squirreliness of this car, and away we go. While we have a little bit of breathing space, I would like to thank our channel members, which is Jeffrey Anderson, DMC Motorsport, Sigmatic, Daniel Adams, John Burns, and AK47. Thank you very much, guys, for supporting the channel. And if you enjoy what you've seen here, why not hit that subscribe button down below. Coming out of the pits on lap 11, which is just about dead on halfway through the race. I think we're on the better side of it. You see, because the pit exit is so long, our tyres have gone stone cold. And I think that they should look at the holding the tyre warmth as you come out the pits. Anyway, coming around this corner now, thankfully the Lambo up in front also will have cold tyres and should be a little bit harder to contain. As you can see, they went over the sausage there, it's cost them a little bit. So I'm going to come over to the left hand side, stick my beak in a little bit, and then brake early. I'm hoping to really get into their mind and create a scenario that might be beneficial to myself. Who knows? You never know your luck. Coming around here now, tail is following me round, and away we go. Braking down the third gear, rub that sausage, and then accelerating out the other side. Come over to the right hand side here, 200-meter board just before it though, and braking down the second gear and turning in, and away we go. You don't want to brake at the 200-meter board for that corner because you will overshoot. You need to be, it's looking about 220, 230. As you can see though, we are not the only ones that have pitted, and there are a few that haven't pitted. So Blueberry is in position 1, is 40 seconds ahead. We are now demoted down to position 5. But don't forget, the people that are on hard tyres will have to pit at some point, maybe lap 13, lap 14, but they will end up going on possibly onto soft tyres for the latter stint of the race. Coming through here now, looking at the 200-meter board, down the second gear, turning in, and up the hill we go. Look at that, 80 miles an hour through that section there. Can be done, and just need to try and keep the speed up. 200-meter board down to 90 miles per hour through there. Again, can be done faster. I did find though that if I took it at 100 miles an hour, this Porsche decided to slide its way off the track. So I'm not too sure whether that's the way I've turned into the corner or the characteristic of the car, but I do find it to be a little bit slidey when it has a bit of speed behind it and you do a sharp corner like that. Anyway, not as slidey as what the Lamborghini is having fun with. Coming out of here, looking at the 200-meter board just before it, braking down the second gear and turning in. Has anybody else pitted? So obviously Watson's on the leaderboard, that's pitted in front. Barry R behind us with 2.9 seconds away has pitted. Someone else is in the pits at the precise moment, and we're up to position 4. So Blueberry is going to be on the hards. I wonder if ACR Mugshot is up in front of us at the moment. You see Watson has gone off track. Hopefully by me keeping up with them as close as I am, keeping the pressure on may encourage a situation like that. And thankfully when they did slide back onto the track, no contact was made. I can only presume they did try and avoid me as much as they can, which is very considerate. Thank you very much. Yes, ACR Mugshot is in front. They have pitted once. They've got 31 seconds ahead. Blueberry's in the pits at the moment. So I've got a feeling that Mugshot has chosen another set of medium tyres for how much time they are away from us at the moment. I can only presume they're going for another set of softs because they really are quite far away. Anyway, coming out here through now and back over to the right side, we have got a 1 second lead to Watson behind. I just need to try and keep hold of that as well. Coming up to the end of lap 14 for start of lap 15, Watson did manage to catch up a little bit and have a better corner exit than I did. Thus, they're taking that position back. Not too worried at the moment. Hopefully I can start applying that pressure again and really create a scenario that they go off track again, or I can overtake them. Not too sure. Also have to be mindful that with the tyre wear and things like that, I don't overdo myself and go off the track like a complete plum, because Barrier is only 2.6 seconds away. So that is one mistake away from then being able to take that position away. And I want to make sure I can stay on the podium. As we're going through this section now, ACR Mugshot, they're in the pits. Look at that, 38 seconds away in the pits. That means they were on, thank you very much Watson, off into the gravel again. They were on another set of soft tyres, so the last stint they are going to be on now is going to be another set of softs, which only means that I go off track. How on earth did I manage that? Oh, how did he even get away with it? No way. That's lucky. I can't argue with that. Anyway, ACR Mugshot is in the pits. It takes about 45 seconds to pit here, so hopefully I'll be able to overtake them. They're still apparently 35 seconds ahead. They are leaving the pit at the moment. It's still got to go around the curve and out the other side. Hopefully we can beat them to it. The last thing you want to do is join someone coming out of the pits. Yeah, we're going to beat them easily. Look at that. Brilliant news. The only not so brilliant news is they're going to be on soft tyres, which they're going to be about a second half a lap quicker. They are a very quick driver, so that is also extended a bit more from a second and a half quicker. And our tyres are going to start wearing whilst they're on a fresh set of rubber. So, with that knowledge in mind, I very much doubt I'm going to be able to hold on to this position 1 for a long time. Once they come out the pits. Lap 17, ACR Mugshot has managed to catch up. Watson also managed to take P1 position. Now just got to be mindful of what Mugshot is going to do. Credit where credit's due, they are holding back at the moment. I'm going to go over to the right hand side and let them take this position, so they will battle with Watson up in front and not me, and I could just sit back and watch. Right, so this move wasn't the best. Yeah. Oh, hello. Barrier as ouch. That's not Barrier's fault. Came around that corner and went off track, and you know what it's like going off track. Sometimes it's like going on ice, or sometimes it's like falling into a big pit of glue, and I presume they went off track and rejoined, and it was just pretty much one long slide. Sadly, Blueberry up in front also managed to gain that position from us, so that is not a good sign. Kind of a bad move what I chose to make there of trying to keep up with ACR Mugshot. Taking the outside line of that bank, it can be a bit slippery, and I should have known better, and it has pretty much compromised. Well, that's kind of convenient. Has compromised my position in the race, as I'm 4.9 seconds away from them, both up in front. Sadly, also ACR Mugshot has taken position 1, so Watson is now dropped back, and I don't think in 2 laps are going to catch up 4 seconds. It is counting down, so I presume they made a mistake. But yep, sad news, guys. I didn't manage to hold on to position 2, but it is what it is. We're still on the podium, so that is a good sign in itself. We managed to get the position back from Blueberry, who is now 5.6 seconds away. Having a little bit of floppiness on the back of the car at the moment, but managed to tame it back down. Coming down here now, braking at 200-meter board, turning in. There was a bit of slide there, and away we go. Final lap. We have not done much, really. We haven't lost anything, thankfully. We're still 4.3 seconds away from Watson up in front. Tyres are, there we go, one tyre's just gone on to, oh, 3 tyres have gone on to minor wear, sorry, right now. So that is, all 4 tyres are on minor wear. 1 lap to go on minor wear tyres. Yeah, not too bad, really. 2.9 seconds away from Blueberry behind. I got a feeling they're going to be on soft tyres because they did the first stint of the race on hard. So they may well be in a better position on tyres. It's hard to tell. But I don't think I'm going to lose 3 seconds in this 1 lap alone unless I fall off the track again. Fingers crossed though. Fingers crossed. And if you haven't hit the like button, hit the like button now. It will encourage the tyres to be grippy at the precise moment. That is extremely needed. Anyway, coming to the top of the hill, braking down the second gear, turning in, through the screw we go. Don't go off track this time. That was close. And away we go out the other side. Rub that curb on the left. ACR mugshot slowed right down. That kind of caught me off guard there. I wasn't sure where they was going. And I wonder why they've slowed down for the race. So, that's kind of odd. I don't know what to think there. But anyway, we're going to cross the line in position 2. So we did get a position 2 in the end. ACR mugshot's gone into the pit. So not too sure what's happened there. ACR, if you see this, let me know down in the comments below. Or more than welcome to send me a message. But look at that. Position 2. And yeah, that's not bad overall. I'm going to send Watson a message. Say thank you for the great race. It's very much appreciated. And I love it when you can race with someone that you can feel confident with, that you trust that is racing beside you, behind you, and all around you. So, credit where credit's due, and always say thank you to people that do you a great race. A lot of people also quit this race as well, by the looks of it. Anyway, thank you all for watching. See you all next time. Goodbye.